All right, so we've got this whole stack of reports on generative AI from AWS, McKinsey, Goldman Sachs, and even some case studies too.
Right.
It's quite a lot to unpack.
It is.
Consider this your crash course on how generative AI is really kind of like changing everything.
Yeah.
Boosting creativity, reshaping how we think about customer experiences. It's even going to redefine the future of work itself.
And you know what's really fascinating is that it's
Yeah.
not just hype this time.
Okay.
We're talking about a potential $4.4 trillion
Wow.
annual economic impact,
Okay.
according to McKinsey. And Goldman Sachs is predicting a 7% boost to
Wow.
global GDP.
Just from this tech. Those numbers are pretty mind-blowing.
They are.
But before we get ahead of ourselves,
Yeah.
let's break it down for anyone who's not totally up to speed.
Right.
What exactly is generative AI?
It's not just about chatbots.
Okay.
This is AI that creates new content.
Okay.
Think text, code, music, even images. It's all generated from massive amounts of data.
So it's not just spitting out what you programmed it to say. It's like
Okay.
creating like a digital artist.
Exactly. That's a big leap from traditional AI,
Okay.
which is more focused on very specific tasks, or even machine learning,
Right.
which is great at finding patterns,
Okay.
but not so much at creating something new.
Okay.
Generative AI takes all that data
Yeah.
and uses it to generate something totally original.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
And I imagine the impact on different industries is just as diverse.
It really is.
So we're talking about marketing, product development, sales, even things like healthcare.
You gotta
Yeah.
think about like crafting a really hyper-personalized marketing campaign
Okay.
that speaks directly to someone's needs and desires.
Oh, wow.
Or picture this, an architect using AI to generate different design options for a building
Oh, yeah.
based on like specific parameters
Right.
that would speed up the entire design process.
Right.
And in healthcare,
Yeah.
we could be talking about AI discovering brand new drugs and treatments
Yeah.
at an unprecedented pace.
It really does seem like the possibilities are truly mind-boggling.
They are.
It's almost like every industry is being revolutionized by this.
Absolutely. And what's really exciting
Yeah.
is that it's becoming accessible to everyone.
Okay.
It's not just for like the tech giants anymore.
Right.
Platforms like AWS are really democratizing access,
Okay.
making it easier for businesses of all sizes to harness the power of generative AI.
So you're telling me a small startup could have the same AI firepower as a Fortune 500 company?
It's a total game changer.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
It sounds like generative AI is opening up all these doors for everyone.
It is.
Not just the big players,
Exactly.
but for those of us who aren't,
Right.
coders or tech wizards.
Yeah.
How does generative AI impact like the everyday person?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And I think a great example is the Allen Institute. They're using generative AI to actually map the entire human brain.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Mapping the entire human brain.
That's right.
That sounds like science fiction.
It does.
What does that even mean for me?
Imagine the possibilities.
Yeah.
This kind of breakthrough could completely revolutionize how we treat brain diseases.
Oh, okay.
Things like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's.
Wow.
It could lead to personalized treatments for your specific brain.
Okay, now that's the kind of impact that hits home.
Right.
So we've got potential cures for debilitating diseases, new opportunities for businesses of all sizes.
Yep.
But what about our jobs?
Right.
Is AI coming for our paychecks?
That's a common concern, and it's understandable.
Right.
But what if I told you that generative AI is less about replacing jobs and more about transforming them?
Okay.
Think of it this way. Knowledge workers spend so much time
Yeah.
on tasks that could be automated.
Like what?
Things like searching for information,
Okay.
duplicating work, or attending unnecessary meetings.
You're telling me AI could save us from endless meetings?
Right.
I'm already sold.
And by taking care of those mundane tasks,
Yeah.
generative AI frees us up
Really?
to focus on the things humans do best.
Like what?
Creative problem solving, critical thinking, building relationships.
So it's not about AI taking over.
Right.
It's about AI becoming our super-powered assistants.
Exactly.
We get more done, we have more time for the interesting stuff.
Yeah.
And maybe we all end up a little less stressed.
Exactly. And speaking of making things easier,
Okay.
let's look at some real-world examples where generative AI is making a difference.
All right.
We'll dive into some case studies from companies like Showpad and Tangent Works.
Okay.
They're using generative AI to revolutionize things like sales coaching and they're democratizing AI access for businesses.
Interesting. All right, so we've seen how generative AI is like revolutionizing industries
Right.
and even tackling things like brain mapping. It's
Yeah.
all super impressive. But I gotta admit, the tech side of it all can make my head spin a bit.
Yeah.
So before we get too lost in the possibilities,
Right.
let's take a step back
All right.
and talk about something super crucial,
Great.
security.
Yeah.
With all this talk of AI and data, how do we keep everything safe?
That's a crucial question.
Yeah.
And the answer is pretty multifaceted.
Okay.
It's not just about protecting the data that AI uses.
Okay.
It's about securing the AI models themselves
Okay.
and even the applications that use them.
Okay, so you're talking about like a whole ecosystem of security.
Right.
But let's break it down.
Okay.
What exactly do we need to protect when it comes to generative AI?
Imagine it like a three-layered cake.
Okay.
At the bottom, you have your cloud workloads.
Okay.
That's where your data is stored
Mm-hmm.
and where those AI models are trained.
Right.
Think of platforms like AWS.
Okay.
They take care of securing that underlying infrastructure,
Okay.
like the servers and the network.
So it's like having a fortress protecting all that valuable information inside.
Yeah.
But what about the information itself? How do we make sure that stays safe?
That's where the second layer comes in,
Okay.
data protection.
Right.
Generative AI relies on massive data sets for training.
Mm-hmm.
And that data often includes really sensitive information.
Okay.
Think like proprietary business insights,
Okay.
intellectual property,
Yeah.
even things like personally identifiable information.
Right. You wouldn't want your secret recipe for world-famous cookies
Exactly.
falling into the wrong hands.
Yeah.
So how do we protect that data?
Yeah.
Especially during the training process.
Well, there are a couple of approaches.
Okay.
One way is to use a secure version of the model
Okay.
that isn't constantly learning from new data.
All right.
That way your data isn't contributing to a publicly available model
Okay.
and your insights and secrets stay safe.
Got it. So it's like having a private training ground for your AI,
Exactly.
where only authorized personnel are allowed. But what about the AI model itself?
Yeah.
How do you even secure something like that?
That's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Think of it like this.
Okay.
Adversaries might try to extract data from the model
Okay.
or even tamper with its components.
Oh, wow.
This could lead to like biased or inaccurate outputs
Okay.
or even compromise the entire model.
So it's not just about protecting data from getting in,
Right.
but also preventing it from being tampered with or stolen from within the model.
It's a constant game of cat and mouse.
Oh, wow.
And that's why continuous monitoring
Okay.
and threat modeling are so essential.
Okay.
You need to anticipate vulnerabilities
Right.
and have safeguards in place.
This is all starting to sound like a really high-stakes game of chess.
It can be.
How can businesses even keep up with all of this?
It is definitely a challenge,
Yeah.
but thankfully there are resources available.
Okay.
Platforms like AWS
Yeah.
offer tools and services that can simplify the process.
So it's like having a security detail
Exactly.
specifically designed for your AI.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like having a bodyguard for your AI
Right.
watching out for all those potential threats.
Exactly.
But what about keeping up with like all the rules and regulations?
Yeah.
It seems like the legal landscape around AI is constantly changing.
That's true. And it's crucial for businesses to stay informed
Right.
and compliant.
Mm-hmm.
The legal and ethical implications of generative AI are complex.
Yeah.
And they're always evolving.
Right.
So working with legal advisors and privacy experts is essential.
So it's about following the rules today,
Yeah.
but also anticipating how those rules might change in the future.
Exactly. It's a very dynamic landscape.
Okay.
But let's move beyond just the technicalities for a second.
Okay.
And talk about something equally important.
Okay.
Responsible AI.
Right.
Building a secure system is crucial,
Mm-hmm.
but so is ensuring that it's used ethically
Okay.
and for the benefit of everyone.
All right, let's dive into that.
Okay.
What does responsible AI actually look like in practice?
Right.
It sounds like a great concept,
Yeah.
but what are the concrete steps companies can take
Yeah.
to make sure their AI applications are used for good? So we've talked about the revolutionary potential of generative AI,
Yeah.
reshaping industries,
Mm-hmm.
even things like mapping the human brain.
It's pretty amazing.
We also explored the importance of security
Right.
and responsible use.
Yeah.
But now I kind of want to shift gears a bit
Okay.
and talk about how this tech impacts you,
Right.
the listener.
Yeah.
How will this revolution change your life
Mhm.
beyond just the workplace?
That's a really exciting question
Yeah.
because generative AI is going to touch almost every part of our lives.
Okay.
It's not just about making businesses more efficient.
Right.
It's about empowering individuals in ways we're just starting to understand.
Can you give me some real-world examples
Sure.
of how generative AI is already impacting people
Absolutely.
in their daily lives?
Yeah. Let's start with education.
Okay.
Imagine a world where learning is truly personalized.
Okay.
Generative AI can create custom learning experiences
Right.
that adapt to your individual needs and learning style.
So it's like having a personal tutor
Exactly.
available 24/7,
Yeah.
guiding you through everything.
Right.
That could be a game changer for students of all ages.
It really could.
But what about those of us who are long past our school days?
Yeah.
Can AI still help us
Oh, absolutely.
learn and grow?
Think of it as lifelong learning on steroids.
Okay.
Imagine asking complex questions and getting really comprehensive answers that are tailored to you.
That's pretty cool.
You can explore new topics at your own pace, delve into areas you're curious about,
Right.
and even learn new skills through interactive simulations.
It's like having access to all the world's knowledge.
Yeah.
Customized just for you.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
It is.
But what about creativity? Will AI replace human artists and musicians and writers?
That's a common concern,
Yeah.
but I see it a little differently.
Okay.
I think it's more about expanding human creativity,
Okay.
not replacing it.
Right.
Think of it as a collaboration.
Okay.
AI can help you overcome creative blocks,
Right.
explore new ideas. It can even generate like initial drafts or sketches
Oh, wow.
that you can build on and refine.
So it's like having a brainstorming partner
Exactly.
who's always full of fresh ideas.
Yeah.
And while the AI can handle some of the technical stuff,
Right.
it's still the human artist
Yeah.
who brings the heart and the emotion and their
it's
unique perspective.
It's a partnership
Okay.
where both sides benefit.
So how about we zoom out a little and
Uh-huh.
consider how AI might change how we interact with the world around us.
I like that.
We rely on technology for so much these days.
Right.
Communication, navigation.
Mm-hmm.
How could AI change those everyday experiences?
Well, think about how we search for information now.
Okay.
We type in keywords
Right.
and hope for the best.
Yeah.
With AI searching, could become more conversational.
Okay.
Imagine being able to ask complex questions
Yeah.
in normal language
Mm-hmm.
and get accurate answers that take the context into account.
So instead of just a list of links,
Yeah.
I'm having a conversation with
Exactly.
the search engine.
It's like talking to a really knowledgeable friend.
That's a game changer.
It is.
How else could AI change how we interact with tech?
Think about virtual assistants.
Okay.
Right now, they're good for simple tasks,
Right.
but imagine a future where they're actually intelligent.
Okay.
They understand your needs
Yeah.
and preferences on a deeper level.
That'd be great.
They could help you manage your schedule,
Okay.
book appointments,
Mm-hmm.
even have conversations that go beyond simple commands.
It's like having a personal assistant who
Yeah.
anticipates your needs before you even have them. That would free up so much time and energy.
It would.
Could AI also change how we connect with each other?
Potentially.
I know social media gets a bad rap,
Yeah.
but could AI make it more positive?
I think so.
Wow.
Imagine platforms that use AI to filter out negativity
Okay.
and promote constructive dialogue.
Interesting.
They could help you connect with like-minded people,
Okay.
foster better conversations,
Yeah.
even do real-time translation to bridge language barriers.
So it's about using AI to create a more positive
Yeah.
and connected experience online.
Exactly.
That's a future I can get behind.
Yeah,
But with all these amazing possibilities, we have to remember that AI is still a tool.
it is.
It's up to us to use it wisely and
agree.
thoughtfully.
We need to be mindful of biases,
Right.
protect data privacy,
Yeah.
and make sure AI benefits everyone.
This has been an awesome journey.
It has.
Exploring this world of generative AI.
Yeah.
We learned about its capabilities, the
Mhm.
impact it'll have on our lives.
Yeah.
Right.
And how important it is to use it responsibly.
Yeah.
So what's the key takeaway for our listeners today?
I'd say the future of generative AI is in our hands.
Okay.
It's up to us to shape this technology, to guide its development, and make sure it's used to create a better future.
It's exciting and a little daunting
It is.
to realize that we're at the forefront of this revolution.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
what's one piece of advice
Mhm.
you'd give our listeners
Yeah.
as they navigate this AI-powered future?
I would say embrace curiosity.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to explore,
Yeah.
ask questions,
Right.
and imagine the possibilities.
Yeah.
The future is full of unknowns,
It is.
but by staying curious,
Yeah.
we can all play a part in shaping it.
That's a great note to end on.
It is.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into generative AI.
It was my pleasure.
We'll see you next time for another fascinating exploration
Oh,
of the world around us.
Thanks so much for tuning into this exciting conversation. Make sure you follow and subscribe to Events Demystified podcast to stay in the know about all of our upcoming episodes featuring some amazing guests.